Welcome back for another video. In today's video we'll be looking at the double game week 26 fixtures, which players to consider, chip strategy and more. I also wanted to take a quick moment to thank everyone for the support over the last year. I announced earlier this week that I'm now a full-time YouTuber, which is a dream come true. Whether you've watched one video or every one, it wouldn't be possible without you, and it allows me to jump straight into news like this to make quicker and better content for you. Lastly, a quick thank you to the newest YouTube members, Super Duper, John, Hivoji, Jared and Nazaruddin. If you'd like to support me by becoming a member too, it's the join button below or a link in the description, which includes early access to videos and a private channel on the Discord where I'll give team feedback. Today's video will be a two-parter. I wanted to get this one out there for everyone as my editing process takes several hours, and the second video will follow later today. In the second part we'll cover the best of the rest, the chip strategy and my plan for Gameweek 24 and beyond. A link will be on screen at the end once it's out. Enjoy the video. Let's start off with the double game week fixtures. In the most recent announcement there are 8 teams with a double game week 26, which makes it the joint biggest double game week of the season so far, and there's a huge range of good picks to jump on for this one. This is a graphic I've made with the double game week fixtures. The teams with a double are Arsenal, Burnley, Crystal Palace, Leeds, Liverpool, Spurs, Watford and Wolves. Most notably are Liverpool and Spurs, who have some premium assets with high upside that game week. However, the remainder of the teams have players that represent very good value too. Let's start with Tottenham, who are one of the more interesting ones. All the data shown in this video is representative of the last 4 matches played rather than last 4 game weeks. This gives us a much better picture because it ignores the game weeks where teams had a blank and ignores players like Son who have been out injured but they're back in training and worth considering now. So Son is back in training and a genuine option once again. He looks in line for a start against Southampton in Game Week 24, which is played at home, so moving early for him or Kane is definitely an option. In Game Week 25 they face Wolves at home too, before the double away to City and Burnley. In Game Week 27 and 28 they face Leeds, which are another 2 great looking fixtures. Kane and Son are the only 2 worth considering in their attack. Bergwijn and Lucas haven't been reliable enough to depend on. Considering the fixtures, one of their defensive assets are definitely worth considering too, but the options are limited and the chances of a clean sheet are low for the City match, though with the surrounding fixtures they could make up for it. Reguilón has looked great at times, but he's been a bit in and out of the side recently, with Sessegnon getting minutes. Davinson Sanchez has put up good numbers in recent game weeks and at 4.6 mil makes him a reasonable enabler. Spurs have another 2 fixtures to be rearranged against Brighton and Arsenal, so if you're picking up a Spurs player they could be a good long-term hold. Let's take a look at Liverpool next. Tripling up on Liverpool looks essential for this double game week. It's one of the best fixture pairings we've ever seen in a double game week. The African Cup of Nations final is on the 6th of February and the runner-up playoffs are on the 5th, so we don't yet know exactly when Salah's last game could be, likewise Mane. However, they play their first match on the 10th, so there's a fair chance that he's back for Game Week 24. But as always, wait for the pressers, as Klopp could indicate his intentions then. Salah looks a standout option for the triple captaincy, and you'd imagine it'll be the best opportunity we get all season. However, we'll talk more about chip strategy in the second part. If you want to opt for Bruno first for double game week 25 and then switch to Salah and double game week 26, that's a very viable approach too. One thing worth noting with Liverpool's double is that they play on the 19th and then the 23rd, and then on the 27th they have the League Cup final against Chelsea. This shouldn't be enough to put you off triple captaining, but there's a very fair chance that Klopp feels he's able to rotate some players for the Leeds game ahead of the Cup final. The other thing to be observant of is Liverpool's blank in Game Week 27. It could be a sensible time to shift Jota on, or if you intend to keep all your Liverpool assets then plan ahead so that you've got enough cover. Tripling up on Liverpool does have the caveat that you'll need to call upon your entire bench in Game Week 27. Robertson's been phenomenal in recent game weeks, outscoring Trent even. However, if you've got 1 slot left and don't have Salah, then he has to be the priority. Likewise, if you're already tripled up with Jota, it's probably not worth the side-based transfer to sell Jota and bring in Robbo. I've left Alisson out of the defensive options as he's not worth considering. Van Dijk doesn't look worth the slot either, though over the season he's actually on 8 more points than Robertson, for 0.4 mil less. If you're on a wildcard, the Trent and Robertson double-up looks very strong, and Liverpool are back at their best defensively in terms of expected goals conceded, big chances conceded and clean sheets. On to Arsenal next, who are a tricky one due to their double game week being sandwiched directly between 2 blank game weeks. So they're one to monitor closely, but not worth bringing in a player now. If you've already got a player like Martinelli or Saka and you're able to rotate around their blanks, then you should absolutely keep hold and look to sell in Game Week 27 if required. Smith Rowe has the best underlying numbers over the last 4, however it's worth noting that his appearances have been off the bench where it's easier to skew the numbers coming on fresh against leggy sides. Martinelli's having a breakout season and for 5.6 mil he's great value and shown us what he's capable of. Both of Arsenal's double game week fixtures are at home, and if I were picking up an Arsenal asset it'd be Martinelli or Saka personally. Saka looks the safest for minutes, but Martinelli looks higher ceiling for points. In defence, Tierney's the only one that stands out for attacking potential. He's on 1 goal and 3 assists in his last 7 games played. On the opposite flank, Tomiyasu has very little attacking potential, nor do White or Gabriel. If you're looking at Ramsdale, make sure you've got a backup goalkeeper who rotates well with him and ideally has some postponements of their own, so you've got plenty of additional bank games to come. On to Crystal Palace next, who have Chelsea and Watford in their double. Edouard is the standout here. His numbers have been incredible in recent game weeks, with an expected goal involvement every 80.9 minutes over the last 4 games. What also stands out here is Crystal Palace's surrounding fixtures: Norwich, Brentford and Burnley. If I was picking up a Palace attacker, it would be Edouard, and I'm considering him for Gameweek 24. Gallagher has an asterisk against him because he'll be ineligible to play against Chelsea due to being on loan from them. Olise has started to get minutes recently and look very lively, though for 0.2 mil more I'd be looking at someone like Martinelli realistically. In Vieira's system, the defenders don't contribute much to the attack. If I were to pick one, it'd be Mitchell, but there's not much in it and they're all the same price. Guaita for 4.6 mil looks the best value of the bunch. The defender spots are probably better spent on alternative defenders. That wraps up part 1 of the Double Gameweek 26 video. Part 2 will be out later today, where we'll talk about the other 4 teams, chip strategy and my current Gameweek 24 plans ahead of the doubles. If you found the video useful, please drop it a like and subscribe to the channel for future content. I just bought a new mic too, so hopefully the sound quality will be better once I've got the settings right. See you later for the next one.